Chattanooga's fencing company that you can trust.
Okay, if you want to feel proud of Chattanooga, hopefully you feel proud of our fair city each and every day, but we're going to give you one more reason because they are on the heels of bringing the Diversify Summit back to Chattanooga for its 8th year, but it's the first time to be in person since COVID hit. I'm looking next to me because I need some support from the two men who are making this happen. I have Darian Scott on the far end. He's the Director of Economic Inclusion, for the Chattanooga Chamber. Next to me is Lauren Steedley, who is the VP of Diversity and Inclusive Growth. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Words that we're happily becoming more and more accustomed to hearing, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And that's kind of the purpose of this Diversify Summit, because I think for a while, a few years ago, it was a new way of looking at what now is the only way to see.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and again, when we talk about diversity and inclusion, we're always talking about from the point of view of profit and also performance. So when we look at it and we talk about it in that context, and that's the business case that we try to drive each and every day of our work.
Well, I mentioned saying you will hopefully feel proud of Chattanooga. You're a native, born and raised, right? Yes. So what is it like for you to see? I mean, Chattanooga has now so many different nationalities represented, men and women, all different walks of life, races, all here.
Right. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome to watch the city evolve, and it's very, very, very awesome for me to be a part of it working for the Chamber.
Yeah. So this is a Chamber event,
Absolutely,
Lauren.
yes.
And the idea is that the more Chattanooga businesses can be reflective of Chattanooga citizenry, the better we are.
Absolutely. And the intent here is to bring best practices, lessons learned to our membership base. And this is what we do each and every year. And so the outcomes of some of this is about data, best practices that we hope that the members will take advantage of and be able to apply to their organization.
Your membership within the Chamber, I know, grows always, but there's room for more.
Absolutely.
So if there's somebody watching you this morning and they're not yet a member of the Chamber, would this be a good way for them to begin that relationship?
It'd be a great introduction. They could see how we teach and how we educate D&I experiences. We have a great event coming up on June 14th. We have 2 breakout sessions and an awesome keynote speaker. This would be a great time for them to come see how we do D&I.
So it sounds like with this one on the 14th this year, you're focusing in particular on women in the workplace, is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So McKinsey & Company put out a report last year, 2022. It was called a Women in the Workplace 2022 study. We're bringing in a partner, Jennifer Stanley from McKinsey. She's actually a native of the area, and she's going to come in and talk about issues related to everything that we've seen since the pandemic, and that's remote work is one thing, how managers can look at aiding and supporting women in terms of retention and growth and development within their firm. So we look forward to that conversation.
So you come and you hear her and about her success. She's flying in from Boston, back home.
Right.
But then with these breakout sessions, Darian, are they going to focus on a multitude of topics?
Well, we have 2 speakers. We have Althea from Aztec Industries, and we have Brittany from Steam Logistics. And Brittany will be speaking more about how Steam has been able to hire and retain employees. And Althea will be speaking more from a personal experience about her experience in the workforce.
Okay, so I want to be careful here how I tread, but it's absolutely appropriate and great to focus on women in the workplace.
Absolutely.
However, there are men in the workplace too, so you
Absolutely.
both know where I'm going. Because that's part of the conversation, right?
Sure.
That you want to acknowledge the strengths, but of both.
Absolutely. So I think for us, it's a broad tent with D&I, and what we decided to do in this particular year is focus on this particular topic on this session. So it's about women in the workplace. We know a lot of change has taken place in the last several years, and we're acknowledging that, and also to looking for some information that's going to help our companies and help women leaders as well as employees throughout our system do better and be better.
Within the Chattanooga Chamber, is it just the Chattanooga city limits, or if you're in Hamilton County, can you still be a member of the Chattanooga Chamber?
Absolutely. It's all about the resources and opportunities that we provide at the Chamber. So you could be from anywhere and be a member of the Chattanooga Area Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, so if you're in North Georgia, Jackson County, Alabama, you can still.
Absolutely. Because it's about the resources that we provide as our chamber in our area.
Okay.
Because they may still have business to come to our area, or they may work in our area.
Right. So, I mean, because we're seeing small businesses especially pop up all the time.
Absolutely.
I mean, every time you go downtown, it seems like there's something new, and Ottawa's growing like crazy. And so with those resources, Lauren, what are some of them? Like, what is the support you get as a member of the chamber?
Yeah, I think, it's a great question. I'm going to start the question. I'm going to let Darren end the question because he actually did membership for the chamber.
My apologies.
Much of it too is that we've done a lot of program development to support small business. And part of that is looking at everything from back office support, how to look at building business plans, et cetera. And then also too, we have a small business financial literacy series as well as a pilot that we're working on procurement. So these are some of the byproducts of membership within the chamber. And it's all about sort of reciprocity and supporting one another.
But we
Did
also,
he get an A?
Yeah, he got an A plus actually. But we also do a lot of business to business connections, and as you know, in Chattanooga, it's all about the resources and being connected in the right networks. So we make sure people are connected with the right people to move the business forward. So
for the June 14th event, Chattanooga, as you well know, is a famous town for last-minute decisions on things, but it is a morning event, 9 to 1, so you're feeding people, right?
Absolutely.
You need to know who's coming. Is there a deadline to sign up?
It's on the 14th. The deadline will be June 12th online.
Okay, and you can reserve your spot at ChattanoogaChamber.com.
Correct.
If you have a business of 20 people and you want 4 of you to come, can you do that? Is there a limit?
Yes,
Absolutely.
No limit. We still have tables available. Just go on the website, you should be able to reserve.
All right. Thank you both so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
for having
Appreciate
And
the time.
congratulations for getting Jennifer to fly back home from. They've had, my husband's in Boston this week and they've had lousy weather.
Yeah.
So I bet she'll be glad to come home.
Absolutely. It's been a little cool. It's been a little cool.
You can learn more at ChattanoogaChamber.com. Again, 9 to 1 is the Diversify Summit. Their first time back in person in 3 years. So please go support and do that very necessary networking and be proud of the Chattanooga Chamber. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you feel uneasy, irritable? Does your internet bill make you anxious? You may be suffering from UPH, unexpected price hikes. It happened to me. And then I switched to T-Mobile and got 5G home internet for just $50 a month. Now I'm sleeping better, my skin is glowing, and my hair has never been so shiny. Most importantly, T-Mobile has price lock guarantee. They will never raise your internet